Namaste. Welcome to Sittin' and Sippin' on Sunday in Sacred Silence with Sally C. I like alliteration, so thanks for bearing with me. I think I change the order of the words slightly each time, but that's just what I'm like. Happy Sunday. Do you have your tea or your mud water, your coffee, whatever is your morning beverage of choice? Last time I realized that the audio was super low because my voice is quiet and it was propped up on a pillow. So this time I'll be speaking in a way that you can hear, and then when it's time for us to do our meditation, I'll place the camera on the pillow setup that I have. I do have a microphone, I just don't know how to use it. So, gather yourself in the center, breathe fully into your belly. See if you can bring breath and life into all 7 of your chakras. Starting with your root, breathing into your sacral area, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown. And see if you can breathe into the space above your crown and below your root chakra. Really getting that strong connection, that strong pull between heaven and earth. It's springtime, so in Chinese medicine we say yang is rising. The seed that was under the ground that turned upward on Beltane has now made its ascent and broken the soil, and it's out and it's blooming and it's beautiful. And inside your own body, if you have any unchecked inflammation, then that yang rising is probably causing some sort of flare-up in the form of any kind of itis or itchy skin, or sour stomach, or reflux. I've been hearing most friends and family mention these things, and each time, ding, I have a little, the yang rising. It's all natural, and it's part of the process. But today I wanted to talk about Saucha, which is the second, is it the second yama? Ahimsa, it's not the second. Satya, Asteya. It's actually a niyama, Saucha. So it's the 6th in the order of the yamas and niyamas. And it means to clean out. So we think about spring cleaning, that's even a part of Western culture. And from the ancient medicine of yoga, Saucha is about spring cleaning the home, spring cleaning the place, but also spring cleaning the temple, cleansing out the body, doing a fast. That's sort of, lots of the Christian and other religious holidays have sort of pulled from pagan and Wiccan and just ancient systems of belief, and they're all doing this sort of purging, fasting, letting go of certain foods in the diet, really cleansing the body, getting the body ready for this harvest, this bountiful harvest that's coming. All of the fruits and veggies and grains. And in order to be able to consume those in a way that is beneficial to us and absorb the nutrients, we need to be able to have sort of a reset in the digestive system and just in the body on the whole. So this is a great time to talk about Saucha. I also want to bring in another ancient wisdom. Besides yoga and besides Chinese medicine, I am a huge follower of Ayurveda. I became an Ayurvedic practitioner in 2013. And so in an Ayurvedic sense, we've entered Kapha season. Kapha is sweet and slow and melodic and selfless and peaceful and playful, sensuous. So you can kind of see how all of those words describe spring and fit into that springtime vibe. So if you've kind of had a winter, you've just been like, oh my God, how much more winter can we take? And then you sort of started to feel this shift. That's the kapha, that's the Ayurvedic season changing that happened in February, toward the first week of February, but it's really starting to emerge now. And we're going to stay in kapha season through May. So hopefully that sense of peace and playfulness and just sensuality is able to hold you and bring you through this time, even as you fast and clean and work on saucha. So without further ado, let's talk about that. So obviously, to clean the home, to clean the car, these are pretty simple concepts. Even to clean the body, you might want to try an Ayurvedic fast where you eat khichdi 3 times a day for a week, and you drink the hot water treatment, which is just hot water with the seeds of cardamom, fennel, and cumin. Just drinking 2 full thermoses of that all day, just sipping on that hot drink all day long. That's a way to Ayurvedically fast. You eat nothing except the khichdi. You can look up recipes online and drink the hot water treatment. I am myself right now. I'm going through an anti-inflammatory protocol, and it wasn't fun the first 4 days. Not fun at all. I've been on this diet before, but now that I've been on it for 11 days, it's fantastic. It's so great. There's very few things that one can eat on the anti-inflammatory protocol, but if you want to get rid of extra inflammation in your body during this season, I encourage you to check that out. You can, again, just Google AIP and find out what that's all about. So, saucha, physical body, home, car, but what else? I feel like there's also a need to sort of cleanse and purge on a spiritual level and on an emotional level. So as things come up for you, let them out. Let them have an escape. It's okay to cry. It feels so good to cry. I have my moon in Pisces, so I cry a lot. I cry because things are wonderful, and I cry because I'm sad, and I cry because I'm thrilled, and I cry for many reasons. So, letting yourself express is also a big part of saucha, a big part of cleaning out the attic, and of just sort of letting go of what you don't need. If you're holding on to these stories that just aren't true, that you no longer need, saucha, this process of cleansing and purging, that's a part of that, is being willing to change the narrative, being willing to let go of what's not working for you. There's this Buddhist phrase that I love that is, you only lose what you cling to. And it's just really meaningful. My stepmom sent me a little card, and there was a beautiful artist rendition of that quote, which was lovely. So, practice saucha. Try to practice it this whole week. Just eating clean, whatever that means for you, that's different for everybody. Clean your home, clean your car, put down the phone. Take some time to really be with yourself, sit with yourself. And meditation is really the number one way to do this. At the end of the video, I've had a few people ask me about my last name. I mentioned that I'm changing it to C, and some people have been curious about that. So I'll mention that at the end, but I didn't think it was as important to most people. So let's just do our meditation together, and then at the end I'll just briefly mention a little more about that exciting name change in my life. So I will put the phone down now, and if the microphone isn't loud enough, I apologize. There we go. But I won't really be talking, so you don't need to hear me per se. Let's take another sip of our beverages so we can meditate while hydrated. And then just find yourself in a comfortable seated position. I've been in hero's pose this whole time. I think I'm going to switch into half lotus now. That just feels better for me. So just feel what feels good for you. Get your body feeling great. Last time we did a Tantra meditation where we focused on sound. This time let's use that sensuous Tantra meditation again. This time I'm going to concentrate on the temperature and the way the air feels on my skin. So I'm going to use the sense of touch. You choose any of the 5 senses. I encourage you not to choose sight just because we overuse our eyes. But let's just sit here together in sacred silence for a couple minutes. Remember, your thoughts are not going to disappear or quiet down. You simply step back into the Vijnanamaya Kosha and you witness them. Be an observer without getting hooked in. Let your eyes come back into the space. Let your breathing return to normal. Thank you so much for this mini meditation practice with me. Feel free to stop the video and just continue meditating for another 20 minutes. Namaste. So in 2000, when I started massage school, I wanted some anonymity with my last name, and I changed it to Raspberry. I had just gotten married, and I had not changed my name when I got married. But I did feel compelled to change it to Raspberry, which is a healthy fruit. It's delicious, it's cute, it's easy to remember. And then for 22 years, I built this reputation and this sort of personality that was Sally Raspberry. And it's been wonderful. It was amazing. It's been a wonderful 20 years. So much growth has happened, 22 years. And I'm not her anymore. I'm not practicing massage therapy any longer. And as a CE teacher, I'm about ready to retire from that as well. Since the pandemic, it's been really difficult to conjure up enough business to even allow that to be something that can continue. So all these aspects of myself that, were Sally Raspberry massage therapist, Sally Raspberry yoga teacher trainer, Sally Raspberry continuing education provider, all of those things have just come to their natural end. And so as a Chinese medicine student, there's a lot of metaphor using water. We talk about the Shu antique points, which are the well and the spring and the stream and the river and the sea, and just the whole channel system itself. I mean, channels of water. That's what the channels of acupuncture are. They represent like a channel, like the English channel, where the qi can flow, where the blood can flow, where the sea can flow. And I got engaged to myself last September and asked myself to spend the rest of my life with myself. And it's been really wonderful. And now I'm ready to take that next step and get married to myself. And my last name is changing to C. I thought it was really appropriate. It actually came to me in a meditation one day. It just kind of appeared. I didn't seek it out. It just sought me out. So Sally C is the new name. And I will be legally changing it in May when school sort of calms down and there's a little pause for me to do things during the day. So that's the story of Sally C. Lots of people ask me, are you getting married? I am, to myself. And that doesn't mean that there isn't room for me to fall in love or be with someone or, make a merger. It just means that I'm done abandoning myself to please other people, and I'm no longer putting other people's needs before my own. And I'm just going to spend my life with myself, and for the next foreseeable future, Sally C will be my name. So when I graduate with my doctorate, I'll be Dr. Sally C. And that's the whole story. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next weekend. Namaste.